on the Gold Coast of Australia in the state of Queensland, and would you believe it's coming into winter? Look at that sky. Can you imagine how beautiful it is in summer? The waves keep rolling in, and it's surface paradise. People come from far and wide to enjoy the warm water, the pristine beaches, and we've got 27 participating nations in the Total BWF Sudirman Cup. It's the World Mixed Team Championships, and the Gold Coast Sports and Leisure Centre is a brand new facility built not just for this but also for the Commonwealth Games next year. 27 countries taking place. We've got 12 countries in Group 1. They're the leading countries in the world, where China are the defending champions. They've won this event 10 times since its inception in 1989. Group 2, 8 nations there, and 7 in Group 3. And all those groups, they were divided into different groups. This is Group 2. So Group A, Vietnam has come out on top there with very good performances against Scotland, Canada and New Zealand. And Group B, Singapore with Australia, the United States and Austria. In the standings in Group 2B, Singapore have had a very good time. They've a win-loss in matches 10-0 against United States and Austria, and Australia 9-1 against the same two teams. The States and Austria struggling, and so today is a huge clash between Singapore and Australia for the bragging rights to lead Group B. Now, last night we had fantastic excitement last night, and with Denmark, they lost, but they still went through in the group, and Japan won. So the quarterfinals show China against India. That's tough for India. Japan, Malaysia. But here on day 5 on the television court in Group 2B, it's Singapore against Australia for the right to lead the group, and then it's the quarterfinal, the tie between Korea and Chinese Taipei in Group 1. That is tonight. But our attention is very much on Singapore against Australia. Now, the Singaporeans have really come in with a very young team, a very young squad. There's a 17-year-old there, Crystal Wong. She's 17. She'll play with a 19-year-old Ren-Ne in the women's doubles. Yo Jiamin is just 18 as well. Now, for the Australians, flag bearers there, Gronya Somerville and Setyana Mapasa, who was born in Indonesia, but she's now recently become an Australian citizen. Looking forward to watching them play, and Sawan Serasinghe and Setyana Mapasa in the mixed doubles as well. We're going to start with the mixed doubles, which shows Terry He and Tan Wei Han against Sawan Serasinghe and Setyana Mapasa. That's the mixed doubles to start. Then we got the men's singles, featuring the 19-year-old Ryan Ng for Singapore and Ashwant Gobinathan, 23 years of age, for Australia. We move on to the men's doubles. Men's doubles, Danny Chrisnanta with Terry He against Matthew Chau and Sawan Serasinghe, have a world ranking of 53. The women's singles, Yao Jiamin and Wendy Chen for Australia. And then we finish with the women's doubles, Ren-Ne, Wong, Crystal Wong, Setyana Mapasa, Gronya Somerville. Promises to be a really good clash, this, with two countries really fighting it out as they progress and make their way up the world of badminton. And Lars Ua is alongside me, former coach, head coach to the Danish national team. Lars, very good morning, or good afternoon, we're just here. This promises to be a really good contest because we've got a lot of young, untried talent here.
Yeah, and I reckon we will witness a very close encounter here, and the tie could come down to the last match before we have a winner who will progress and go on and play Vietnam in the group final tomorrow. Singapore is of course weakened a bit by missing their top women's singles player Hsuan-Yu, who's out with an injury, unfortunately. But they are always strong in the singles categories, and we'll see if they cope anyways.
now for Singapore, Tan Wai Hei and Terry He. Umpire on the left will be Komarul Laya from Indonesia, Mayan Ten Ying, Vietnam, the service chair.
Don't block the camera, please. Okay, you ready? Receive. Who receive? Tan. You serve. Who serves?
Setyana serve.
This side or that side?
So we're going to start with the mixed doubles, where the Singaporeans in red have a world ranking of 17. Terry He, his full name is He Yong Kai Terry, and he picked up a bronze medal at the Glasgow Commonwealth Games. There he is, 21 years of age. Always plays with Tan Wei Han. He was born in Penang, Malaysia. He's just 21 years of age. And he, with his partner here, Tan Wei Han, she's 23, four-time winner of the BWF International Challenge Series. And with Terry, they won the bronze medal in the Glasgow Commonwealth Games in 2014 in the mixed team championships. So they look the favourites here for this opening match in this tie. Now the Australians, Sawan Serasinghe, 23 years of age. Sawan Serasinghe, he was born in Galle in Sri Lanka, moved to Australia many years ago. Sawan Serasinghe is only 23 years of age now, and his partner is Setyana Mapasa, and Setyana, 21 years of age, from Manado in Indonesia. She was born. She has become an Australian citizen, and she's living in Melbourne, and she hopes to go on and make a career of professional badminton. Won a gold medal in the Oceania Championships, women's and mixed doubles. She is a talent. There we are, that's Komarul Laya of Indonesia, and Mai Lang Yen from Vietnam, the service chair. How do you see this one, Lars? I suppose you would say that on paper the Singaporeans have the edge given their higher ranking.
Yeah, I agree with you. On paper, it looks like that, but I think it's a crucial match for the tie. I reckon the rank of 48 for the Australians is maybe a little bit lower, or they can at least play, or they have the potential to play to a higher ranking than that. So I actually expect a tight match.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Australia, represented by Sawan Serasinghe and Setyana Mapasa. And on my left, Singapore, represented by He Yong Kai Terry and Tan Wei Han. Australia to serve, Setyana Mapasa to He Yong Kai Terry. Love all, play.
Just wide. So the left-handed Setyana Mapasa, Indonesian born, she could probably at least engage in some bahasa with the chair umpire.
Service over, 1-all.
Cross court was in. shot. Setyana Mapasa at the net, and of course 2 left-handers operating here, which is quite unusual for the Australians.
It's very unusual, actually. We had a pair from Hong Kong on TV previously this week, and I was discussing with Jill Clark if we could come up with other pairs with 2 left-handers, and actually we couldn't, but obviously we forgot this top Australian pair. And I'm sure the Singaporeans will need a little bit of time to get used to that, because you're never playing against a combination like this.
Service over. 2-3.
Just out. It's a good lead by Setyana
Service
Mapasa.
over. 4-2.
Yeah, and especially after her partner left one that was well in, a lift that was well in the previous rally. Good spotted.
Singaporean
Service over.
pairing here. They've won 4 mixed doubles challenge series wins. Terry He and Tan Wei Han.
Yeah, and they have achieved their world ranking by playing these tournaments a little bit below the Super Series level, and I think that's a very good idea, especially for a young pair to get a lot of experience and to win a lot of matches. That is good for your confidence and for your experience. And now is maybe the time to go up a level and see how they can do at Super Series level.
Terry He, actually born in Penang, Malaysia. Both the Singaporean players achieving a mixed team bronze medal at the 2014 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Oh dear, there's a misunderstanding between the 2 Singapore players.
Yeah, and a very deceptive drop shot from Serasinghe here. Even though he's very relaxed and looks very calm all the time, he's got a big smash. So I think that's what fooled Tan Wei Han. She was expecting a power attack.
Setyana Mapasa, silver medal at the 2013 World Junior Championships for Indonesia. A couple of wins with Gronya, Somerville in Grand Prix events. The Dutch Open and the Canada Open last year. So she's going in the right direction. Setyana Mapasa for Australia. Just can't clear the net. Tan Wei Han.
9-3.
No, and good touch at the net here by Serasinghe, just giving it a little bit of angle outwards. And finds the opening.
Service over. 4-9.
So Singapore have got to get themselves back into this contest. Singapore against Australia for the right to win Group 2B. Bit of extra on that from Serasinghe.
Yeah, and we can notice that both pairs are trying to play the opponent's backhand side, and in this match it's a little bit strange because it's from where we watch it, it's in the right hand side in both ends. Here again, moving it to the backhand side.
Now there was a very good retrieve by Mapasa.
Yeah, and then very good control by Chen Han here. Just showing she wants to do a block at the net, and then at the last possible moment makes a flick with the fingers and the wrist, and she's playing it to the deep corner, completely fooling Serasinghe.
Sawan. 5-10. Play.
Well, that's good defense by Singapore.
6.
Yeah, and a nice fast flat exchange here in and around the front court. And a good touch here, lovely touch on the tape of the net.
Well, he's clawing himself back into this contest, and he's reduced, or he's helped reduce the deficit to just 3. 7-10. Just when you thought Australia might actually just pull away here, that's now just 2 points between them. Well, he's got a pretty powerful smash, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and the Singaporeans has managed to get Chen Han a little bit more in play in the front court, and she's made some showed some beautiful skills and made some good shots. Again, she makes a good choice here, but unfortunately for her, she gives it a little bit too much power.
In the ball.
So at the interval, it's the Australian pairing, which is ahead by 11 points to 9 after 8 minutes.
Really need to get up and get the next one, because they're not lifting that one. We're getting a bit slow on that. So that's the most important thing. As well, when you attack her on this side here, it always comes back like that. So you're going to be ready, like at the mid-court, ready for that left hand. Same if you're at the back. Okay? And it's good as well when we kind of like drop her to her, like wide as well, because she's kind of like...
20 seconds.
What you're doing though? Nah?
20 seconds.
If you could just go across.
Yeah.
Or just go middle because it's short.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Australia coach, the Dane Lasse Bundgaard, is talking to the players about getting some more initiative in the front court, and also to Serasinghe, which I think is a very good idea, to use his drop shot more towards Chen Han, because she's been quite impressive in defense towards the smashes, and he's clear as he used the last time. See her again here.
Oh, that's big.
And that's a lovely counter-attack.
Service over.
Cross-court block, and then the Australians have to lift,
11.
and that gives Terry He the opportunity to use his big smash. Surprising flick service here.
11 all.
So it's 11 all. And Singapore have got themselves back into this contest. And they've now taken the lead.
12-11.
So the number 17 ranked doubles pairing here, Yong Terry and Tan Wei Han for Singapore. It's the number 48 seeds, but Terry's hit the net there.
Service over. 12 all.
You just see here that Mapasa is showing her partner by using finger signs behind the back which service she's going to do. That was an outward flick service.
Well played, good disguise from the Singaporean.
Service over. 13-12.
Yeah, he keeps the control, even though he's a little bit surprised about the flick service, but shows good touch on both shots there.
Just almost looked like he decelerated on the arm swing there. Serasinghe.
Yeah, and he did that in order to disguise his drop shot, but not enough power.
So a brace of quick points here now for Singapore. And they take a 3-point lead. It's 15-12 to Singapore. Now this game has turned around.
Completely, and another very good flick serve here from Singapore pair.
This really has turned around dramatically against the home country here. The Australians in blue and Singapore in the traditional red. 17-12 now for the mixed doubles pairing.
Yeah, and the difference in points is primarily due to the fact that Singaporeans are controlling the front court, and that means the Australians have to lift, and they haven't managed to play a proper defense towards the attack of Terry He, and that shows off in the score.
Fine point there by Setyana Mapasa for Australia. Back on their serve. She's done it again. Same shot. Aiming it straight at Tan Wei Han.
17.
Virtually an identical winner here.
Yeah, exactly. And this time Serasinghe manages to play his third shot below the tape, and that means that the Singaporeans has to play it upwards, and Mapasa can easily cover that one. Good aggressive return of service here.
18-14.
So 18-14 Singapore. And Mapasa can't
19.
continue the rally. So 19-14. Singapore ahead here in this first game.
Oh, yeah.
It's wide.
Nice return. She's very skillful with the racket, Mapasa, and she's making a beautiful deception here. First she shows she wants to play it straight, and then she turns the racket and plays it cross court.
Well played, Terry He. And now that's game point. Game point.
20. Game point 15.
Yeah.
Service over. 16-20.
Still game point, of course, for Singapore. Pan Wei-Han gets the point that earns Singapore
First game.
the first game.
Singapore.
21-16, and we've had 15
16.
minutes. Singapore take the first game in the mixed doubles. Pretty strong at the back of the court, isn't he? Terry He, big smash.
20 seconds.
And the Australian defense hasn't adapted to that smash yet, and that's a vital point for them to get solved here in the break in order to put up a decent defense towards him.
Second game, love all, play.
Yeah, he's got a very good eye for the gap, Terry He, and he's got plenty of power as well. Change of racket for Serasinghe.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the shot he was looking for, Serasinghe. He broke a string in his racket, and I think it went a little bit higher than what he tried to do.
1 love, play.
It's wide with this one.
Yeah, and it was otherwise a good idea by Terry He, first playing the clear shot here that surprises Mapasa, and then he goes for maybe a little bit too ambitiously for cross-court smash.
It's in. No, Serasinghe left it. He thought it was going to go
Service
out.
over. 2-1.
Oh, error of judgment, and serve is back on Singapore's side. Change of pace there from Terry He.
3-1.
Good disguise.
Yeah, and the Singaporean pair have definitely the control or the upper hand in the service situation, and the Australians has to turn this over because otherwise they will lose too many points within the first 4 or 5 shots. And they have tried here in the second game to be more aggressive, more deceptive in their own serves and on the returns.
Good point. Good point that for Singapore.
Service over. 4-2.
It's a better understanding between the two Singaporeans now. He felt that Australia needed that.
Yeah, and the previous rally where they actually, for the first time, plays good defense towards Terry He's big smash, but they end up losing the rally anyways, and then they can't use it for as much as they could had they won the rally. And after a little bit nervous or shaky start from the Singaporeans, they seem to be in control and have the upper hand in most situations on court.
Yes, points are coming thick and fast now. 7-2, Singapore leading in the mixed doubles. Tan Wei Han, four-time winner in the Challenge Series with Terry He. Yes, yes, nice movement to the net.
Yeah, and again, the Australians are a little bit unlucky. A very good surprising attack from Serasinghe. You can see it here towards the center, and a little bit lucky smash return from Terry He, but again, it ends up with a Singaporean point because Tan Wei Han is so aggressive in the front court.
Australia have been outplayed in this second game. It's 9 points to 2 to Singapore. Just out.
And again, Terry He is successful by variating his offense, building up his attacking opportunities. Again, a lovely touch.
Very good. And the interval in this second game, Singapore, after just 7 minutes, they lead 11 points to 2.
You can look like that, but come on in there and stop doing this and come forward and try to take charge. You got to fight your way back. You can't hit shots to get back. I know it's difficult. We've got to win 1, 2, and 3 and try to get that lift. Try maybe block a bit of net, a little bit more. Step up, block net on the return as well, and challenge her and just come up there. You got to do something. This is not doing anything. Come on.
20 seconds.
Well, the Australia coach,
Lasse Bundgaard.
yeah, it's just really getting at his two players, saying, come on, we need, you've got to step it up. Got to find some winners from somewhere.
11-2.
How are they going to turn this round?
Play.
The deficit is 9 points, 11 points to 2.
Yeah, and I think Lasse was totally right, emphasizing the importance of the service situation, of what he calls 1, 2, 3, like the first few shots of the rally. Because that's where the Australians lose most of the initiative. Again here.
13.
Tan Wei Han, after her service, immediately she raises her racket, anticipating where the return is going to come, and that's why she can meet it so early.
That's just a bit too strong. 21 years of age, Terry He, and his partner, Tan Wei Han, she's 23. Yeah, that's just a bit too strong. The backhand. Much needed point for Australia. But there's cohesion on the red side of the net, and there isn't any on the blue side.
No, and the biggest problem for the Australians is that they can't seem to make their own points. Like when they get a point, it's because the Singapore players are making a bad choice or a bad shot.
out. Now, this is all happening very quickly for the home country here, Australia, as it's falling away in this second game. 17 points to 3. Singapore opening this tie against Australia with the mixed doubles.
And again, Tan Wei Han is very aggressive and in the front court, and is almost always higher, meeting the shuttles higher at the net than Mapasa does in the opponent's side.
Service over.
She hasn't made many errors.
4-18.
So 4-18. Setyana Mapasa.
5-18.
And a bit of a cheer from some of the Australia supporters here. And he's been
Service over.
tremendously
19-5.
aggressive, Terry. Serasinghe has come off second best in this exchange.
Exactly, and the Australians will not at all be happy with this performance. That's below their normal level.
Service over. 6-19.
And maybe they can feel a little bit the pressure of playing on home soil. It's sometimes it's an advantage because you get more attention than you do when you're away. But if things does not go well, then it can also become an additional pressure and a disadvantage.
20. Match
So
point.
flick serve
6.
is long, and it's match point Singapore.
Game.
And Singapore have done it with a lot of ease and comfort. The mixed doubles pairing of Yong Terry and Tan Wei Han have come through easily here against the Australian pairing of Sawan Serasinghe, Setyana Mapasa.
21-16. 21-6.
This is the final point. Serasinghe had a very difficult outing, has to be said. And the final scoreline showing Singapore winning by 21 points to 16, and a very fast second game, which they won 21-6. So Singapore first on the scoreboard in this tie. 21-16, 21-6 in the mixed doubles. Surfers Paradise is at the heart of the Gold Coast, and the players here took some time out to get onto the beach, maybe learn some surfing skills away from the courts. And what a sight that is, Surfers Paradise, these pristine beaches along the eastern seaboard of the Gold Coast. So Singapore on the board in this clash. Singapore, Australia in Group 2B, mixed doubles going their way. Now we have the men's singles between Yong and Ashwant Gobinathan for Australia. Yong is just 19 years of age, and he's got a singles ranking of 173. And you'd have to say that Ashwant Gobinathan, he's 23 years of age. He won gold at the 2016 Oceania Championships with a men's singles ranking of 218. So he's got somewhere to go in his singles journey, but depends on the nerves and what's at stake here. Of course, it's for the place to play Vietnam in Group 2.
Right. Choose the color, red or black. Red, you black, okay? Red, receive, and stay there.
Daniel Law from Hong Kong is the umpire for this one. Paul Buffum of England, service chair. Well, I can't tell you an awful lot about Yong, but I'm sure Lars Ua. Actually, Lars, I know that you went downstairs to see the Singapore camp. They've been hit by injuries. They've got a very young squad, haven't they? This is, 19 years of age. We've got a 17-year-old playing later in the women's doubles in Wong, Jia, Ying, Crystal. So it's their time for blooding some new young players.
Yeah, it is, and it's very interesting to see the squad today, and to see how the players perform under this kind of pressure. Because it is different playing for your country and playing within a team, and the players are not used to that an awful lot. And it will be valuable experience for them to play all the matches here in the Sudirman Cup, actually.
Yes, as you saw there, born in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Ashwant Gobinathan, 4 years older than his counterpart. From Hong Kong in the chair, Daniel Law Chi Kwong.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Singapore, represented by Wei Ryan. And on my left, Australia, represented by Ashwant Gobinathan. Australia serve, love all, play.
Well, there might be a few early nerves here in this men's singles match. Heavy Smash early on from Gobinathan.
2 love. Service over. 1-2.
That's in. Point one by Singapore's Ren-Ne.
Yeah, good control here by Ying, controlling the normally most difficult sideline, because there's a little bit outwards drift on that side.
Oh, some very good defense and good retrieves from Ren-Ne. The shuttle kept coming back.
3-2.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. It's in as well. So you can see how aggressive Gobinathan likes to play.
4-2.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Alan, that we could expect a little bit of nervous start here, because both players are quite inexperienced in tournaments at this level, and they both know the importance of this particular match for the overall result of the tie. Nice rally here, and the battle ends up with a battle in and around the net, as we can see here, and just a miss by the Australian.
That's wide.
Yeah, and these last two rallies we can see like the shuttle is not bouncing off from the rackets like the players want it to, and that's because they have to get used to the conditions. The conditions are not exactly the same in the arena every day, and neither of these teams has played in this particular court previously in the tournament.
Good lead by Ren-Ne. 5-5 first game. Oh, good smash. Good forehand from Gobinathan.
Yeah, and a good change of pace here by Gobinathan, using his forearm, playing this attacking cross-court stick smash here.
Service over. 6.
He's got the Australian flag there on his face. In.
Yeah, but it's special to a lot of the players to represent their country and play within a team, whereas normally you maybe travel to tournaments just as a lone player or with your partner or with a small team, whereas here everybody's got quite big teams, and they are proud to play for the country.
Oh, tremendous defense, and couldn't keep out the third one. That was a really good point.
Yeah, and we can see now the players slowly has adjusted to the conditions, and suddenly we get a totally different and much better quality of this rally. Beautiful backhand smash there cross court. and lovely pictures from the defense.
Yep, good leave. Gobinathan seems to be moving well.
8.
Yeah, and he
7.
met the shot at the net very early, but overdid the cross-court lift a little bit and played it long. I think he should have left that one.
It's wide.
But we're in a phase of the game now where both players are trying to win the initiative, trying to meet the shuttle earlier at the front court than the opponent.
Well played. A little bit of cat and mouse at the net, and Yong eventually wins the point.
Serve is over. 9-8.
Well, he's just won a couple of very important points, the Singaporean.
Change.
Yeah, he succeeded a couple of times by playing flat pushes from the front court towards Gobinathan's backhand side and get it past him.
Hits the top of the net.
Serve is over. 9-10.
Well done. Good anticipation from Gobinathan. It's 10-all.
10-all.
Yeah, and we can notice how Ying is always looking for these chances of making pushes from the front court towards the back court.
11-10. Interval.
So it's the Australian Ashwant Gobinathan who leads 11-10 at the interval.
So it's okay if you're in good position. Yeah, it's okay if you're in good position to cut down the pressure on. That's great. But just we're not in position. Like some of those ones you're chasing, just throw on that high one and then get back and reset. Like we said at the end, you know those terrorists, you can just like you can be going straight. So really, really patient. And just find to attack and make sure you're in good position.
他的出现的机会球，你有些你推他，他推他都有点被动了，他拉起来的球你自己再挡一下，或者他往前过度高一点上，其他的球你不需要要求他特别高的，耐心一点，抓机会就行。
11-10. Play.
11-10. In.
Yeah, and again, Ren-Ne is successful with a push to one of the deep backcourt corners. And the Australian can get out of that situation.
Bit extra on that forehand from Gobinathan. Found Yong stretching, couldn't make it.
Yeah, and Gobinathan is trying to do the same thing back, pushing to the back corners, and this time he was successful doing that.
Serve is over. 12-all.
Well, it's anything just fractionally loose from Gobinathan, and Yong is pouncing on it.
Yeah, exactly. And even though the score is still very even, I sit here with the feeling that that Ying is slightly on top of things. He's a little bit earlier on most of the shots.
14-12.
this court coverage from Ryan Ng.
15-12.
And it's still really a battle about who can get the shuttle flat past the opponent from the front court and towards the deep back corners. They're looking for that situation all the time.
Serves over. 13-15. Court.
Just caught him a little bit by surprise there.
Yeah, a very delightful push to the body here, where he's. We can maybe watch it here now. We can just see how surprised he is, Gobinathan.
Some very crisp shots being played here now by the Singapore man. 4-point lead at 17-13. Just quite a few errors creeping into Gobinathan's game. He started
18-13.
enterprisingly, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but I think it's difficult for him to figure out what to do, because it seems like this Ren-Ne is faster, quicker, moving around and quicker in his perception, and that's maybe why he feels he has to overdo his shots a bit.
No, it's wide.
15-18. Serves over.
And again,
19,
an attack
15.
towards the body of Gobinathan that's successful, takes him by surprise this time on a smash from the back court.
Well, that's on the line.
Yeah,
So
and that's a beautiful build-up. Uses clear drop
20.
shots to open the court, and
Game
then finally
point, 15.
he finishes off with a very accurate smash down the line. String is broken here. Well played by the Singaporean, playing 5 or 6 shots, quite good quality with a broken string. You can see it here. But eventually it's not enough, and a good attack by Gobinathan.
Serves over. 16-20.
still game point for Ryan Ng.
Game.
Easily done.
Yeah, lovely touch
First
there.
game won by Singapore.
Yes.
21-16.
14 minutes. It's Ryan Ng of Singapore, 21-16.
Clock 1, 20 seconds. Clock 1, 20 seconds.
Right, second game.
Second game. Level play.
Ryan and finished the first strongly. It's out.
1 love.
Good control this time by Gobinathan.
Serve is over.
First he moves Ren-Ne well here, and then he puts in his attack before finishing off with a delightful cross-coordinate shot.
Get the feeling that Gobinathan will need a good start in this
2,
second game.
1.
Yeah, I agree with you, Alan. But it also seems that he's got that, and he's a bit more in control than and has taken the control away from the Singaporean compared to the end of the second game.
Serve is over. 2 all. 3, 2.
Came in well, Gobinathan.
Serve is over. 3 all.
Good smash. Ren-Ne.
Serve is over. 4, 3.
Yeah, and he's caught a little bit off balance, and the clear becomes too short, and Ren-Ne can kill it with a smash.
3.
But it's important for Gobinathan that he takes up the battle in the front court, and I think he did well in the opening of the second game by trying to play the tight net as well, instead of only looking for these pushes to the back court. But Ren-Ne seems to have adapted to that and has taken over the control of the front court again, as we saw in the first game.
Well played by Gobinathan.
Yeah, and when Gobinathan gets these attacking opportunities,
4, 7.
then he can show his strength in the offense.
That's just out.
And that's a pity for him, because he took up the challenge there.
4.
Plays the spinning net shot back there.
Court. 9, 4.
Just out.
Serve is over. 5-9. Six, 9.
It's just wide again.
And that's the third time he's missing on that sideline, Ying, and it is there is a slight drift outwards this way, and but I like that he's playing this corner, the backhand corner of Gobinathan a lot in this rally, and he insists on playing this corner even though he has made 3 mistakes in a row. And that's very important, because then by that he keeps his opportunities open, and he can play anywhere in the court. So he has to get used to it.
Serves over. 10-7. 11-7. Interval.
So at the interval in this second game, it is Singapore's Ren-Ne who leads 11-7.
Just gets too fast. So when you've got the down, there you can go. Just get in behind and get in behind and get high up on the floor.
你可以不用跳打连接，打下去就准备发动球出来，你抓下面一拍，这个问题。
11-7. Play.
Yeah, some good elevation as well from Ren-Ne. He's really climbing into these smashes now.
12-7.
He's grown in confidence throughout the match. On the line.
Yeah, beautiful attack here with the jump attack again, and Ren-Ne manages to keep the speed of his game very high, and it's hard for Gobinathan to follow, and it's especially hard to come in and play his attacking style as he wants to.
14-7.
Tried a little disguise there in the narrow angle cross court.
8-14.
Yeah, he really tried to be deceptive there, and played a very difficult shot, and was punished for it. Here we see this pattern that when Gobinathan gets time to get behind and under the shuttle in the backcourt, then his attack is very powerful. But most of the time, Chen manages to keep the pace so high that he doesn't have time to do that.
Serve is over. 15-9.
It's compounding his problems when he's committing those errors from his own racket, let alone trying to cope with Ren-Ne on the other side. 16-9. And that's out as well.
17-9.
It's a better shot from Gobinathan.
So it's over. 10-17.
And he makes well use of both the straight and the cross-court smashes, and they're both very accurate, which makes it hard to defend for the Singaporean.
Lots of energy from Ryan,
So it's over.
really attacking the shuttle here.
10.
And a very powerful jump, and immediately he's rushing to the net. He knows that probably Gobinathan cannot lift it over him, and anticipates the next shot to come in the front court.
So it's over. 11-18.
And this time it's the straight smash from the round ahead corner that does it for Gobinathan. Very good variation from that corner.
Oh, yes. What a very good point won by Ashwant Gobinathan for Australia.
Yeah, and a lovely rally here. Well played by both players, and I believe it's the longest rally of the match. And in my opinion, the best.
Quick, and then back.
And very good defense here, good control. And we can see how he's actually out of balance whilst he's playing the shot,
12,
and then like a cat
18.
falling from a tree, he's gaining his balance in air and landing well. But that has been a little bit the problem, hasn't it? That after one or two
So
good rallies from
over.
Gobinathan, then he makes these
12.
a little bit unforced errors, and then it's hard to stay within the game because he has to play at the top of his
over.
game in order to keep
13,
contact with
19.
grinding.
Hold. 14-19.
Those exchanges have just about been won by
Service
Ryan
over.
Ng.
20. Match point 14.
Match point it is now for Singapore. Ryan Ng. Great pickup. Oh, superb point to finish the match. Great play by both players, but you felt that the higher quality came from the racket of Ryan Zinre Ng from Singapore,
Match won by
19
Singapore.
years of age.
21-16, 21-14.
21-14 that second game, and a very entertaining match it was. Two young fellows who are looking to go up the rankings in the BWF. But Singapore have now made it 2 wins out of 2, having started with the mixed doubles. And a fantastic point to finish. So Ryan Ng has done his job in the men's singles. 21-16, 21-14, the score. Welcome to the Gold Coast and Surfers Paradise, where those waves keep coming in and the surfers enjoying their time out in the sun and in the warm sea. Surfers Paradise on the Gold Coast in the state of Queensland, where there's so much outdoor activity. Come and pay a visit to Surfers Paradise on the Gold Coast. Singapore have now made it 2 wins, the mixed doubles and the men's singles, and now we have the men's doubles. It's a second appearance this afternoon for Terry He. He played in the first match, the mixed doubles, and his partner is Danny Bawa Chrisnanta, who was born in Salatiga, Central Java, Indonesia, and he became a Singaporean citizen from early 2013. 28 years of age, and Yong Terry, he is 21. They've got different doubles rankings. I'm not quite sure what their ranking is right now, but the Australians, they have a ranking of 52. Matthew Chau and Sawan Serasinghe, who's playing his second match. So we're ready for the men's doubles.
Chau. Okay, thank you. Now we have a toss. We have 2 sides, red and black. So you red one, and you black one. Black. Yusuf. Chill. Receive this side, that side. Thank you.
So the Singaporeans here playing for the first time together in this Sudirman Cup. That's Terry He. We've seen him already today in the mixed doubles. He's 21 years of age. Mixed team bronze medal at the 2014 Commonwealth Games. And he's quite a handful. Plenty of power from the back of the court, and his partner in crime today is Danny Chrisnanta, born in Central Java, Salatiga, Indonesia, became a Singaporean citizen early in 2013, won the Macau Open and the Malaysian Masters in 2014 with Choyut Triachat. Silver medal in the 2014 Commonwealth Games in the men's doubles. Now this is Matthew Chau from Australia, lives in Melbourne. Competed at the Rio Olympics, these two, Matthew Chau and Sawan Serasinghe. Matthew Chau winning the gold medal at the Oceania Championships in the last 4 years. So Serasinghe, the left-hander, Matthew Chau competing at Rio last year. Now the Australian partnership with a win against Austria in straight games, and a bit closer against the Americans, American Yang, 21-19, 21-17. Chau and Serasinghe, at least they have played together. Not too much time on court, but they have that advantage, you might say, over the Singaporeans. Chrisnanta and Terry He, first time.
Chau.
Lapria Serasinghe, service judge. Service judge, and Mai Lang Yen, umpire from Vietnam, our umpire.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Singapore, represented by Ren-Ne Bawa Chrisnanta and Yong Terry. And on my left, Australia, represented by Mattew Chau and Sawan Serasinghe. Australia to serve. Mattew Chau to Ren-Ne Bawa Chrisnanta. Level. Play.
Bit of pressure here on these Australian men's doubles because if they don't win this, they've lost the tie.
Service over.
Singapore won the first 2 matches. So big pressure on the boys in blue, the Australians. Matthew Chau with the point at the net.
Service over. 1-all.
Interesting to see if the Australians who are usually playing together, if they know each other better than the Singaporeans, who's a scratch pair made for this occasion. But we've seen the strength of Terry He in the mixed doubles already, and we know the strength of Chrisnanta. He has been on the world tour for years and playing first with Triachad and lately with Hendra Vijaya and made some strong performances.
He's a big unit, isn't he? Chrisnanta.
Yeah, he's a strong player.
Yeah,
very powerful.
Service all. 2-5.
Some big heavy hitting here on both sides of the net.
3,
Matthew Chau and from Chrisnanta. It's a big roar as Serasinghe smashed that Sawan Serasinghe. Here we go. And a great big roar as he hit the smash. Quick work at the front of the court from Chrisnanta.
5, 6.
Yeah, neither side is feeling confident and comfortable in defense yet, so it's very much about winning the initiative in the first few shots of the rally, in and around the service and return.
Six points all in this first game. Australia have got to win it, otherwise they're out of the tie. That's the pressure on the men's doubles.
7, 6.
Chau lives in Melbourne. Sawan Serasinghe, born in Gaul, to move to Australia many years ago.
Service of 7-8.
Both pairings looking for a little bit of rhythm here. It's not evident in the first early stages of this match.
That's a pity for him, because it was a good variation, and it completely took Chrisnanta by surprise that Serasinghe made this flick service, but it was called a fault by the service judge.
Ten, 7.
Some big hitting here from the Singaporeans, Terry He and Danny Chrisnanta. And at the interval, it is Chrisnanta and Terry He who lead 11-7.
And it seems like both coaches are emphasizing the importance of being ready with the rackets in the front court, and maybe in addition to that, how to get past the rackets of the opponents.
11,
which I,
7.
if that's right, I agree on.
Service of 8, 11.
And I think the Australians has maybe learned an expensive lesson from the mixed doubles, but where they were overmatched in the service situation and in the front court play. Here in the men's doubles, they are taking more responsibility in both areas, and that's vital if they should have a chance to win and stay within the tie.
Well, the shuttle is impaled on the racket of Danny Chrisnanta.
Yeah, and we didn't hear much of what the Australian coach Glenn Worf, former Australian international, said to the boys in blue during the mid-game interval. But obviously, it has done them a lot of good, and they're back in the game.
Well played by the Australians, who now take a 1-point lead at 12-11.
Yeah, very good control, and in these rallies after the mid-game interval, they have avoided playing lifts to the Singaporeans.
Service of 12.
Is that last because the two Singaporeans have got pretty heavy smashes?
Yeah, and I mean, you can't play a match without playing lifts, but until you feel comfortable in defense, if you know it's going to be a loss, then then you might as well try to keep the initiative and play the front court as long as there's room. Then after a while the Singaporeans will move forward, but then there's more room to play the back court and put them a little bit under pressure when you play it. And again, as we saw when he played the mixed doubles, a very good variation in the attacking shots from Terry He. And the Australians will be more happy with this defensive actions, but still the Singaporeans come out on top after this brilliant drop shot. I think that's a challenge.
Challenges call in.
So the challenge here, the Australians have challenged.
Yeah, and he was standing right next to it, Matthew Chau, so I think he feels pretty confident that it was a wrong call.
Oh, look at that. What is that, a millimeter?
Challenge unsuccessful.
It's very tight, that's for sure.
Challenge remaining.
And it was definitely worth checking, even though he wasn't right.
14, 13, play.
Bit of a mix-up there with the Aussies.
15.
I think it was a clash of racket as well here in that far corner. They're both.
Yeah, but this overplay, as I call it, when he's threatening to do a flat drive and then plays it over the opponent who's moving forward, is brilliantly played by Terry He.
16, 13.
16-13 to Singapore. On the line.
17, 13.
Yes. 4 points the gap now, 17-13.
Tries another variation this time, unlucky, but it's lovely to watch Terry He from the backcourt here, how many different shots he's using. And that's why it's so difficult to defend against.
Court. Service on 18, 14.
Well, this is crucial for the boys in blue, the Australians. It's a must-win for them. It's out. And this first game is heading Singapore's way. 19-14. Lost the first two matches in the tie. Simply have to get on the scoreboard. That's wide. So it's game point.
Game point 14.
Game point for Singapore.
Game
it is. 21 points
Singapore.
to 14 at just 13 minutes play.
So as soon as it goes up, the back off and follow up.
We really need to take that. I don't think it's too much. Like about 7 in a row twice. Okay, so they're playing good and then they're jumping up. Got a variation of turns as well to down. Just starting to play.
One, 20 seconds. Hop, 20 seconds.
Well, Singapore very much in control in this men's doubles. And
Second
Australia
game.
got to turn it around.
Love ball.
Otherwise, the tie
Play.
is being won by Singapore.
Service off. 1 love. Hot.
Well played by Danny
Service
Chrisnanta.
1 all.
A bit of misunderstanding between the Australians, and the shuttle hits the back of one of the players. It'll be very important for the Australians here that they come out as committed as they did after the mid-game interval. Committed to their plan, because as soon as they are a little bit late and they have to play a lift, then they are in trouble, because their defense hasn't been able to hold against the Singaporean attack.
Service all. 2 all.
Could do with a whole bunch of
Service
points
over.
quickly here.
3,
Australia
2.
not able to get any kind of cohesion.
No, but they're trying the right things now. The Australians trying to keep control of the front court, blocking the shots in front of the Singapore pair, and thus being in offense and control most of the time, and that's what they need to do.
Service over. 4, 3.
Well, that's what they need.
Service over. 4. All.
Absolutely critical that they win this game to level this match.
Yeah, and it's nice to see a bit of attitude from Serasinghe, and also really going for the service return there, which pays off.
Service over. 5, 4.
Oh, round the back.
Hot.
Big power there from Matthew Chau. Tremendous
Service
defense,
all.
firstly. Watch Terry He here. How about
5,
that?
all.
Big smash to finish. Terry He attacked the serve there, didn't he?
Service all.
Yeah, he did, and
6, 5.
it was a little bit too high, maybe, and that meant that he could push it quite hard towards the corner.
Well, it certainly looks, after the team, after the chat,
7,
after the first game, that
5.
Australia have come out more aggressively here.
Exactly, and it does them well, and that's what they have to do. So here, very aggressive on the service return. it might not be enough because of the quality of the Singaporeans, but it's still their only option, and it's good to see that they're doing that and that they are more committed to the plan they made before the match.
Well, that would have taken a monumental effort to keep that out. Matthew Chau was standing literally 3 feet from the net. This was always going to be a winner. You're not going to defend that.
Then you have to be very lucky.
Well, that's a pity because you just felt that Australia were building a little momentum there in that little passage.
Yeah, but it's tough for the Australians because every rally when they take the shuttle below the tape, then they're in trouble.
9-7.
This was another good action. Didn't convert it into a point, unfortunately for the Australians.
We're seeing some trick shots as well.
They're playing a lot around the back there in Singapore, aren't they?
Service over. 8-9.
Just moves his feet so there's room for his racket.
Service over. 10-8.
So Singapore edge 2 points ahead, 10-8. And a few errors, they've got to eradicate those, but at the interval in this second game, it's Singapore who are leading 11 points to 8.
It's actually working really well when you start to put each other in that attack. That's working really well. When Danny's returning as well, it's a little bit softer, so Terry's jumping to the front, pushing this. Danny's playing a bit softer, so we can
ini kalau kencang kamu ya pusing nggak bagus kalau kamu tekan dari asal turun aja depan ya apa kamu bilang depan aja gitu gitu gerak gitu gitu
11-8. Play.
Come on.
Service over. 9-11.
Oh yes, huge hit from Terry He.
Yeah, and a good recovery after a successful flick serve from Serasinghe. He was called fault the first time he did it, but dares to do it again, and
Service over.
that's another. It's a strong mental character that you have to keep trying, even though it's not successful the first time.
Smash finish there from this man Terry. He was getting on for 400 k's an hour. 391. Third time lucky.
And a very good steep cross-court smash here, and in the opening of the rally, a very good interception at the net by Mattew after his service.
Service over. 13, 11.
The Australians have got to somehow work out getting back to the Singaporean pair. And they almost got to start it from here, really.
Service over. 12, 13.
Yeah, and they put together some beautiful rallies, the Australian pair, but then after a couple of good rallies, then they are making a simple miss, and that just means that the opponents are in touch with them all the time or a little bit ahead.
Wonderful defense from Singapore. Singapore turned that around with some amazing defensive shots from the smashes.
Yeah, and that is one of the key differences between these two pairs today, that the Singapore defense is much stronger than
14,
what the Australians
12.
have been. But a nice rally to watch, and nice to have a bit of transition between offense and defense. We haven't had much of that today. Beautiful opening he finds there.
15.
Chrisnanta in between the two Australian players, despite the fact that they both have their forehands in the center of the court. Completely takes them by surprise.
Yes, and now 15-12.
The 4 service over.
Service judge calls fault.
13.
Yeah, and that's
15.
for the racket not pointing downwards against Terry He.
Yes, they really are combining well here, Chrisnanta and Terry He.
Yeah, and the Australians for the first time was almost successful in
16.
turning around a
14.
defensive position, but finally ended up losing the rally once again.
A much-needed point for Australia.
Service over.
And the task for the
14,
Australians is very simple.
16.
They should simply not lift. They have to play the front or the mid-court all the time to keep in control. But though it's a simple tactics, it's very difficult to do.
Oh, again, round the back there, Matthew Chau. Huge hits
Service
again
over.
coming in from Terry here.
17, 14.
And that point makes it 17-14 Singapore.
And even though the shot to the net,
17.
this one and this one, both of them are from Serasinghe, both are not very accurate, then it's the right thing to do, and he ends up being successful by playing the front court instead of lifting.
Service over. 18, 15.
But as we've seen before, after a few good actions, then they're giving away a simple point, and they can't afford that.
Well, Australia needed that. Matthew Chau.
Service over.
The crowd getting on their
16,
side as well
18.
here.
Good elevation here and very good steepness on the smash.
16-18.
Come on!
Well, is there going to be a fight back here at the end of this second game by Australia?
17, 18.
Pushing the Singaporeans to the brink here, 17-18. String of points now, and Australia have levelled at 18 points each.
And this is actually the first time Australia wins a point after having been in defence, and a very good time to choose to do that.
Now then, 19-18.
19-18.
Very good control from Matthew Chau, and a quality lift here that means that his partner Serasinghe can play a quality defensive shot, and they win after a counter attack.
It's a pity.
Well, a very good return from Terry He here.
19.
Very difficult for Serasinghe to do to get it past him, and he gets it past him, but also wide of the court.
It's a great effort from Chau.
Yeah, where you would expect it would be the experienced player, then it's the youngster Terry He who really takes responsibility at the net and sets up this smashing opportunity for his partner Chrisnanta.
20. Match point 19.
It's match point for Singapore, and this, if it goes Singapore's way, they will win the tie against Australia for the right to play Vietnam. Australia are not done yet.
No, very committed movement here. Serasinghe is assisting Matthew Chau in the other side of the front court and keeping the pressure. Well done.
Come on.
Big stuff from Terry He. It's his trademark.
Service over. 21-20.
Yeah, he has killed a lot of shuttles today.
Match point, Singapore. Australia comes straight back at them.
Service low. 21 all.
Well, that's really is a big gun firing for Singapore. Terry He.
22-21.
Yeah, and a good block here from Chrisnanta in the front court that forces Chau to make the lift, which they're still trying to avoid.
Singapore have done it. They have won the men's doubles. Good fight by Australia in that second game, but 23-21 it finished the second game in favour of the men in red. Singapore, this is the last point, the match point.
Won by Singapore. 21-14 and 23-21.
Brave fight back by Australia, but better team won there, and Singapore have now won not just the men's doubles, the mixed doubles, and the men's singles, but they've won the tie against Australia. Final score, 21-14, 23-21 in favor of Singapore in the men's doubles. First time the Total BWF Sudirman Cup has been played in Australia, and here we are on the Gold Coast where all good things happen. Wonderful food, wonderful scenery, the hinterland, where the landscape is just breathtaking. Come to the Gold Coast, Australia, in the state of Queensland. You won't regret it for a moment. I'm afraid for Australian badminton fans, that's not good news, because Singapore have now won the first 3 matches. They've won the tie. Now we look forward to the women's singles clash between the 18-year-old Yeo Jia-min from Singapore against Australia's Wendy Chen. Wendy Chen in the background, but this is Singapore's Yeo Jia-min at 18 years of age. And the Australian young lady comes from Queensland. She has a singles ranking of 89, and she was up at 55. Yeo Jia-min has a singles ranking of 66.
Hi. Black or red? Red, black Wendy. That side, serve or receive? Your serve.
So there we are. We've got Hsuan-Yu, Wendy Chen 24 years of age. To me, that's young, but she's 6 years older than her opponent. 18 years of age, Yeo Jia Min from Singapore. There she is. What a moment for her. She's ranked at 66. She has been 62, and true Singaporean. Yeo Jia Min from the island state. She didn't play against the United States, but she did play against Austria, and she won her singles match in just 22 minutes against Hochmeier. Singapore, who had a 10-0 win over US and Austria. This is Chen Hsuan-Yu Wendy, 24 years of age. She has been as high as 55, and she was born in Chinese Taipei, now lives in Queensland. In this state, well, there we are. She had a win against Hochmeier. Hochmeier struggled, the Austrian. That was just 22 minutes as well. And then against America, the United States, she won 21-18, 21-9. So both players undefeated. In the chair is Paul Buffon, the umpire, and from the Netherlands, Friek Cox. It's a great pity for Australian fans that it's all been decided, but for these young ladies, for them to get out there to play in the Sudirman Cup, to play, that I don't believe in anything that there's a dead rubber. You're a professional sportsman or sports person, you want to play.
Yes, indeed, and we can see neither of the girls have spent a lot of minutes on court so far in this tournament. So they'll be eager to play and battle this one out. And I'm sure the Australians, they want to improve the impression in this team match or in this tie.
Oh, those of you watching in Singapore, will be very pleased with what the Singaporean shuttlers have done.
On my right, Australia, represented by Hsuan-Yu Wendy Chen. And on my left, Singapore, represented by Yeo Jia Min. Australia to serve. Love all. Play.
Wendy Chen to serve.
Service over. 1 love.
So, Yeo Jia Min, here she is, 18. Nice touch to start.
2 love. Service over.
Yeah, very aggressive opening from Yeo Jia Min, and we can already see that she's another product of the Singaporean badminton school. Very delightful skills here. She's displayed already.
Service over. 3-1.
I know that the Singapore Sport, the Sports Council, and looking to gain more medals in the big tournaments, Olympics and Tokyo 2020 is very much in their mind. And for this young lady, Yeo Jia Min, Tokyo will be very much in her remit. 21 years of age, she'll be there. Gosh, she'll be a veteran. shot. It's a fine shot from Hsuan-Yu. Wendy Chen.
Yeah, and finally it seems like Wendy Chen is comfortable on court and builds up this this point beautifully, moving the shuttle around, and then finally she can put in a surprise attack cross court.
Four, three.
Just drops in.
Yeah, and Wendy Chen's giving herself a little bit of extra time, taking the speed out of the rally by playing higher clears, and then she's waiting for an opportunity to counter attack.
Service over. 4-all.
Nice point. This just
again deceptive and accurate attack.
Some nice clean hitting here from the younger player, from Yo Jiamin. Just leads 5-4 first game.
Yeah, and it's impressive how comfortable she's looked on court, Yo Jiamin. She's only played, I think, we saw 22 minutes previously in the tournament, and like from love all, she has looked confident and comfortable.
Into the net.
7-4.
And Yo Jiamin is mixing up her very skillful and deceptive soft shots to the front court with some heavy punch clears to the back corners, and that keeps Wendy Chen very much occupied.
Shot.
8-4.
So the younger player from Singapore has opened up a 4-point lead, leading at 8 points to 4.
Fault. 9-4.
9-4.
Yeah, and again, one of these, she's just slightly reverse slicing the drop shot there. And Wendy Chen is
11-4.
Well, a little error of judgment there from Wendy Chen, and Yo Jiamin leads at the interval by 11 points to 4.
You've got to be really ready in your feet for this drop shot, and for some flat clears, you've got to be really alert and ready. And then I'll also play a little bit off flat. It goes up, she's got too much time, so you've got to change that. It's okay that you play some up, but you've got to be really ready for them as well. And then you've got to bring that consistency to the game. Like you've got to really bring that. We can play 20 times as well before we get that chance, so we can come in and bring something as well.
Yeah, and Australian coach Lasse Bundgaard
11-4.
Emphasizing that Wendy Chen has to be really ready when she's playing the backcourt, ready for these deceptive drop shots and the punch clears. But it's very difficult to be ready for both shots at the same time. Let's see how she manages to do that.
12-4.
And you can see how the younger player from Singapore is moving her opponent around the court. There's more court coverage from the Australian.
Yeah, definitely, and Yu Jiamin, I feel has a little more speed in her game,
5-12.
and that's why she's on top of most of the rallies, and that's why Wendy Chen has to work really hard just to stay within the rallies, and it's difficult for her to gain any control.
Service over.
It's a nice touch that was from Yu Jiamin.
13-5.
Yeah. Very skillful with the racket.
Fault. Service over. 6-13.
And this time Wendy Chen first opens with a slice and then goes hard on Yu Jiamin's body with power, and that surprises her.
7-13.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah, and that's exactly what her coach talked about in the mid-game interval, that she should be looking for these punch clears, and this time she's anticipates it, and then she can meet it early. You can see here it's not even in the backcourt, and then it's a suddenly turned into a good situation for her, because then she can put in her attack.
Initially some good defense
Service
by
over.
Wendy Chen.
14-8.
Yeah, and she's a little bit unlucky here. She's trying to make a lift because she can see Yu Jiamin is right in front of her at the net, but it just deflects the tape of the net and stays too short. But she's more aggressive
Service
now,
over.
Wendy Chen, and that does her well.
9-14.
And in addition to that, she's varying her services a little bit to break up the rhythm of Yu Jiamin.
Service over. 15-9.
That's the smash straight into the net. 16-9. Well played.
Service over.
But even though Wendy Chen is still behind
10,
points-wise, she's
16.
much better in the game now, and she uses her power to control the opponent much better than before the interval.
Straight at her.
11-16.
And again, she anticipates well after the service, and she can win another easy point.
Oh. Yes, very
Service over.
well played. She was moving around the court quite a bit as well.
11.
Wendy Chen gets more into this point.
And a good finish here, and Wendy Chen needs to be in control of the rallies and needs to be on the offense, because in the rallies where she's trailing behind, she's in trouble.
18-11.
Because then Yeo Jia-min has time to do all her different shots, and then it's just too difficult to cover the full court.
Out.
19-11.
Lots of note-taking there, and there'll be a bit of a chat at the end of this game.
20, game point 11.
I wonder what Wendy Chen was thinking there. Game point. Oh, that's a lovely backhand flick from Yeo
First game by
Jia-min.
Singapore, 21-11.
21-11 after just 12 minutes. Singapore's Yeo Jia-min takes the first game.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds.
First game then to Yeo Jia-min of Singapore, 21-11.
Second game. Love all. Play. One love.
Chen from Australia.
Yeah, and again, very good touch and quality from Yeo Jia-min. Look at this. First time she's playing this corner in the match, and she puts it on the line.
This one is long. It's out.
Service over. 1-2. Yes.
But it'll be interesting to see if Wendy Chen can put on some pressure with her power, and that is where she's stronger than her opponent today.
These
service over.
Going to compound the problem when you hit
3-1.
Make errors like that, Wendy Chen.
No, because it was a good build-up, and she actually got the opportunity she wants, and she has put smashes like that away earlier in the match. That's a bit of fair play here. She's given the point back with a similar situation.
Service over. 4-2.
That's a nice touch.
5-2.
She's shown some delightful touches. 18-year-old Yeo Jia-min.
Yeah, and as soon as Wendy Chen doesn't put on enough pressure from her first shot, then Yeo Jia-min is using her skills and shot selection to move her around the court, and then she's in trouble. Same pattern you see here.
6-2. Australia challenges called out.
Well, Yeo Jia-min just looked at the line judge there. Line judge said out, and Wendy Chen has challenged this. She needs something to go her way. Trailing 6-2 in the second game.
Correction in.
Good eyesight.
Service over.
Yeah, good challenge here from Wendy Chen.
3-6. Service over.
Very well played.
7-4.
Return of serve, just no pace from here.
Yeah, and Wendy Chen is still struggling covering both these very accurate slice drop shots in combination with the punch clears to the deep corners at the same time.
Service over. 5-7.
But a good angle in defense here, and that sets her up for her attack, and very good precision in the smash.
Service over. 8-5.
Pretty emphatic from Yeo Jia-min, who leads 8-5. Well wide.
Service over. 6-8.
Just a bit too strong from
7-8.
Singaporean.
Yeah, and compared to earlier in the game, she's playing the same corners a lot now, whereas earlier on she was moving the shuttle around the court all the time. Again here, sticks with the same corner, and that makes it easier for Wendy Chen to take control of the rally. Anticipates it here, stays close to the net and kills it with the jump.
It's wide.
9-8.
Yeah, she overdoes the slice here a little bit, but she's back to her previous successful tactics by playing a new corner almost every time in order to move the Australian girl.
Service over. 9-all.
But a good comeback by Wendy Chen, and if she can keep the pressure on Yeo Jia-min, then there is a chance that she can fight back in this match.
10-9. Service over.
Now, yeah, and this can look strange that she leaves this one, Yeo Jia-min, but I'm sure that the sideways drift keeps this shuttle inside the sideline. That normally in a peaceful hall it would go outside.
11-10. Interval.
So at the interval, it's the Australian Wendy Chen who leads in the second game, 11-10.
You're all right. Like you can't find the rhythm. 完全依靠后掌去找到你想要的，你的压平高球。因为我现在看你压的平高球，它往上顶，它没办法打。但往上顶，你的办法也不多。但是你可以这么去打，但是点呢不能完全压在后上，你的往前要有一些情况配合一下。你不光是到了下面 OK， 起球那没关系的，但是你要增加一些你上面情况。两个前后你都是要给对方压力。
11-10. Play.
Wendy Chen, Australia leading, 11-10.
Service over. 11-all.
Yeah, and Wendy Chen is still trying to take the initiative early in the rally, but a great counter-attack here by Yeo Jia-min.
Very good point. A lot of good shot selection there from Yeo Jia-min.
Yeah, and she kept her calm even though Wendy Chen made a rescue defensive shot in an almost impossible situation. And she's been very successful by angling these defensive shots when Wendy Chen is playing her especially straight smashes. Then Yeo Jia-min, every time she can, she gives her defensive shot an angle.
Just out.
14-11.
Very quickly, having had a 1-point lead at the interval, now Wendy Chen trails by 3.
Service over. 12-14. Yes.
Yeah, and Yeo Jia-min is back to her winning formula, moving Wendy Chen around the court all the time, and she's made a few mistakes in Wendy Chen's round the head corner, and she makes one more here, despite the fact that she's trying to play it with a little more height in order to keep it within the court. But it was still a little bit too much.
Service over. Australia challenge called in.
Australia, Wendy Chen challenging this call. The shuttle called in. She thinks it's out.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 15-12.
Flush on the line. Well, the Singapore coach had a word with Yeo Jia-min at the interval and said he'd like to see her moving around the court a bit more variety, more movement. Just hooks it wide.
Service over.
Yeah, but again, a
13,
very good
15.
idea from the straight smash to move Wendy Chen cross court here. There was an opening, there was a gap, but just a bit wide.
Ooh, that's a close call.
Yeah, and it's a pity for Wendy Chen
Service
because she takes
over.
control in that rally and she's high on the net.
13.
But then she can't afford to make an error like this one.
Now,
Service over.
some good defense in the point early on.
16.
Yeah, and a little bit of missed timing on the last one here. Can't really explain why.
15, 16.
That's in. And Wendy Chen is just staying with Yo Jim in here. (15, 16). Well, that's some very good defense from the Australian.
Yeah, and Yo Jamin doesn't seem comfortable with Wendy Chen still being in the game, and she's making some errors here that she hasn't made previously in the game, in situations where she's in okay control. Maybe she is getting a little bit fatigued, or
17, 16.
she feels the tension now where she's not so far off. For her, very good win, I would say.
Well done. It's a nice touch from the Singapore player.
18, 16.
Yeah, and it's a good comeback. If she feels a little bit tense, then it's very nice to be able to do this kind of deceptions at the net.
Fault.
Well,
Service
that's
over. 17,
good
18.
point for Wendy Chen.
Court, please.
Yeah, again, she blocks the punch clear towards the forehand corner, and that sets her up for the attack.
Thank you.
Very little in it here. It's 17-18, and Yo Jie-min took the first game, 21-11. Yes. Very
Service
crisp
over.
smashes from the Singaporean,
19,
who
17.
leads 19-17.
Play. Play.
Yeah, we can see here how she makes a power smash to the body, and it's very difficult to give the return an angle there, so she runs straight forward and is ready for the next shot.
Well, it's a clenched fist. Not sure if it was a clean hit or not, but she's got
17.
match point.
Yeah, it was a beautiful touch on the drop shot there, and I'm pretty sure it was intentional.
Game.
Out and game, and that's match. So 18 years of age, the young Singaporean here, Yeoh Jia Min, wins her singles match against Australia's
Match won by Singapore.
Wendy Chen.
21-11, 21-17.
This is the final point. And a very impressive performance, this, from the younger player. Doesn't show a lot of emotion, but she seems to have a lot of skills, good skill set. And that is now 4-0 in matches for Singapore. Yeoh Jia Min winning her women's singles 21-11, 21-17. The landscapes around the Gold Coast of Australia, the hinterland, as you go inside and see some of these beautiful sights. It's well worth a visit, not just the beaches, but the waterfalls, the rocks, the winding, twisting roads, and just the sheer delight of the outdoors. Come and see the Gold Coast. So that win for Yeoh Jia Min means Singapore have won 4 of the matches with 1 to go against Australia, and that is the women's doubles featuring a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old for Singapore against Gronya, Somerville and Setyana Mapasa for Australia. Well, I suppose if they had their time again, Gronya Somerville would like to have been out earlier in the tie. But we've got to see the 17-year-old Wong Jia Ying, Crystal Wong, Singapore, and Ren-Ne. She's 19 years of age, against the 21-year-old Setyana Mapasa, who was born in Indonesia Manado, and Gronya Somerville, who's 22. Gronya Somerville lives in Melbourne. She won the gold medal at the 2017 Oceania Championships with Setyana Mapasa in the women's doubles earlier this year.
Hi, all the best. Hi, all the best. Okay, let me do the toss. This red and this black.
Red.
Red is the call. It's red.
Setyana will serve.
Okay. Which side do you want? This side. Who's going to receive?
Ong.
Okay.
This is Ren-Ne. She's the 19-year-old. Gronya Somerville. I suspect she's been itching to get out here to play. There she is, Ren-Ne. 19, ranking of 70, and she's been a place above that, playing with Wong, the young lady she's playing with today. (17 years of age). Wong, Ying, Crystal. Flying the flag for Singapore. Can they make it a 5-0 sweep in the tie? Well, they've had a couple of good wins against the Americans. The Chau sisters took them to a third, and then against Austria they won again. So the pairing has done well. Now this is Setyana Mapasa from Manado, Indonesia, but very much now a citizen of Australia. Silver medal at the 2013 BWF World Junior Championships for Indonesia. And she's played with Gronya Somerville here. They won last year the Dutch Open and the Canada Open, 2 Grand Prix events. Gronya is 22. They've been as high as 18 in the world. Their ranking now is 24. And the Australians, they have won twice. Again, the Chau sisters for the States going down, and Yong and Menke for Austria. So a couple of wins for both pairings. And our familiar sight there, Lapriya Serasinghe from Sri Lanka is the chair umpire. And the service judge, Komarul Lailia of Indonesia. Lars Uwe, former coach of Denmark, is alongside. Lars, can Australia get on the board, or will it be a 5-0 sweep?
I think they can get on the board, and I think that they, as you said, not only Gronya Somerville would have liked to be playing earlier, but I think Australia would have liked this match to happen earlier in the tie, because this is maybe the best chance of a point, and right now it's the only chance that's left.
Yes, every match has gone in favor of Singapore, who will now play Vietnam to see who wins Group 2. That'll be tomorrow. So we have seen Setyana Mapasa. She was first on today, playing with Sawan Serasinghe in the mixed doubles, and they came unstuck 21-16, 21-6.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Singapore, represented by Ren-Ne and Ying. And on my left, Australia, represented by Setyana Mapasa and Gronya Somerville. Australia to serve, Setyana Mapasa to Ren or Yong. Love all, play.
Bet your bottom dollar that the Australians will be fighting hard here.
Yeah, I'm sure they want to leave a good impression, and we can already see a high intensity in the game here from the beginning.
Service over. 1-all.
Good pickup that was in the point by Mapasa.
2-1.
Yeah, it was, and Ong and Wong of Singapore are using a lot of different shots, a lot of variation in their offense in order to get some chances from the front court to push the shuttle and hard at the Australian girls and
2-all.
and winning the points.
Ooh. It's dropped
Service
in.
over.
Yeah, good control here in the left.
2.
Two Australian girls have won 5 BWF Challenge Series wins together.
That was a pity, a very good deceptive
4,
clear shot from Mapasa. Just long. See here, she's waiting there, and then with the forearm playing it over her opponent.
Pretty good defensive work there by Setyana Mapasa.
Yeah, and they're successful moving Wong from side to side here in the backcourt. And then finally she actually gets a quite good opportunity in the midcourt, following up her own smash, but misses it.
All.
But it's nice to see that both pairs are looking for the offense and are trying to win the points rather than playing patiently and waiting for the opponents to get tired.
Oh, what a great rally. How many shots was that?
Yeah, and I reckon that was actually the best rally of the day. It's a pity it ends up with a smash that's quite long, but very well played by all 4 players here.
49 shots. High quality, wasn't it?
5-4. Mapasa.
There's some good action taking place here in this women's doubles.
Yeah, and we can see the Australian girls know each other well, and they're very, very active on their feet and movement, and they rotate like this, covering each their side, and they also a lot of times make the rotations between the net player and the backcourt player.
Seven, 4.
Good anticipation here by Setyana Mapasa.
8-4.
Covering a big area with her left hand.
Really a lot of work in that point by Gronya Somerville.
Service over. 5-8.
Two Australians who both live in Melbourne. Looked a little bit off balance that time. Wong.
Service over.
Ren-Ne.
Yeah, and it seems like the Australians are getting a little more initiative than they did in the opening of the game, and can put the Singaporean girls a little bit more under pressure.
Come on.
Ten, 5.
10-5. Little signal there to her partner where she's going to serve.
Service over.
Not quite what she wanted there.
6-10.
No, but she is a very skillful player, and she tries out a lot of different and difficult stuff. So sometimes she will make the odd mistake, like she did here.
So at the interval, it's the Australian pairing of Gronya Somerville and Setyana Mapasa, who are leading 11-6.
I think it's good, like our attackers, we don't run too much from the attack. Like when you can't win it, then you just play. Like
Get ready for more.
20 seconds.
Just block from the yeah, okay.
Mapasa to serve.
Yeah, some small adjustments here from the coaches in both camps.
11-6. Play.
Yeah, heavy smash from Mapasa.
12-6.
Yeah, and the Australians were told by their coach to be more patient in attack, but when the lift is as short as this one, then let's just go ahead and use the full power.
Now, a little error of judgment, or is that it's a challenge?
Challenge, call in.
It looked into me, but let's see what Hawkeye says.
on the line, I'm afraid. So Australia win the point.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 13-6.
13-6. Mapasa, left-handed serve. No, she knew as soon as she hit it, it wasn't the best.
6.
Yeah, and she wanted to make an attack on the outside of the defense towards the sideline.
It's quite a gulf between the pairings, the rankings.
7-14.
The Australians have a ranking of 24 and the Singaporeans a ranking of 70. Quite a bit younger though.
Oh, come on.
Well, this is a much healthier proposition for the Australians. They've come out with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and they're playing, you can see they know each other very well, whereas as far as I can see, there are not that many agreements in between the Singaporean girls. So I think the experience and the knowledge of the partner plays a big role in this match.
Yeah, well played, Gronya Somerville. She's looked.
Yeah, she's very agile, which almost all the time keeps her in good position, and she's meeting the shuttle early. Really nice skills here. And Wong, cross-court smash return. And that was exactly what the Australian coach was talking about in the break, that if the opportunity is not too good, then rather wait, make a build-up shot.
Nine, 17.
Oh, good shot. In between the tram lines and with a lot of slice from Gronya Somerville.
9.
Watch this, and it completely takes the defense by surprise.
Not this time.
Service over.
No, but again, she gets in a good
18.
position.
Nice touch from Setyana Mapasa at the net.
Yeah, and she's playing, apart from the second to last one here, she's playing deceptions in all shots, and she is a very skillful player and likes to play with her racket, doing different stuff. Again, good control here. And a lot of variation from Mapasa in this rally again.
20, game point.
Using all sorts
10.
of angles. And then it is, and speeds like this one, a block to the net. It's very difficult to defend against.
Game point. Played Singapore. They haven't had too much to shout about.
11-20.
No, but they're playing good defense in this rally, and end up having a chance to win it.
Come on.
Game.
Australia.
First game won by Australia.
Take the first game
21-11.
by 21 points to 11.
Yeah. Play well. Good. So talk about.
Okay. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Mapasa. Mapasa. Wong. Wong. Thank you.
Little light at the end of the tunnel for
Second
Australia.
game.
It's the first game they've
Low
won
ball.
all afternoon in this tie against
Right.
Singapore.
Yeah, and for the first time this afternoon, the Australian coach was happy. He told his players, "You're playing well." We haven't heard that before. So let's see if they can stay as confident as they did in the first game here.
Yeah, Gronya Somerville has got high quality array of shots. I'm sure she's been frustrated by what she's been seeing today. She would love to have got out on court earlier.
Yeah, well, good action here by Wong, isolating Somerville and keeping the pressure on her.
Let Mapasa. Get ready soon. Don't raise your hand.
What was that? A time wasting, was it?
No, it was when she holds her hand up, she indicates that she's not ready yet, and then the service was made before she was ready, and the umpire calls a let. You have to play it again. But in addition to that, which I think he's right about, he tells Mapasa to get ready faster. She's supposed to be ready when the server is ready.
Well, this looks an altogether different proposition for the Australians. These two, obviously with a number of wins, 5 BWF Challenge Series wins, these two, the Australians, in their time together.
Yeah, and in addition to that, the Dutch Open Grand Prix tournament in last autumn, which was a huge result for them.
Yeah, both that's a Grand Prix event and the Canada Open. These two winning last year.
Yeah, exactly. It was good anticipation at the net there by Mapasa earlier on in the rally, but she ends up being a little bit too tricky in this shot. Should maybe just have lifted it, but as I said, she likes playing around with the shots and doing difficult stuff. And when you have a talented player like that, you should also let them have fun with the game.
Well done. Well, that was Wong Jia-Yin Crystal. She's the 17-year-old, 2 years younger than her partner. 29 shots, the length of the rally.
4-all.
Yeah, and some quality defensive actions on both sides of the net, making it hard for the opposition to get through with the attack.
Service over. 5-4.
Oh, very nice control here by Yong, moving Somerville around first in the backcourt and then blocking in her side. She knows that Mapasa is likely to cover her forehand side of the net, and then she makes the block in the backhand side where the gap is.
Come on.
Service over. 6-5.
Oh, tremendous rally. High quality on both sides of the net.
Yeah, excellent badminton right now.
6-all.
And all credit to the young Singaporean girls that they can
Play.
stand up against this pressure from the Australians.
Out.
And the Australians have to be a little bit careful about
Service over.
giving too much speed when they're a little bit out of balance, because then the racket qualities of both Yong and Wong, they can get them into trouble, because then they can direct the shuttle into the open gaps.
Come on.
A mistake there by Yong.
8-6.
Yeah, I don't know if she gets over-eager and wants to kill the first shot, or the timing is just a bit off still.
Some lovely touches there from the left-handed Setyana Mapasa
Yeah, and it's very clever by her,
6.
not because she's not successful hitting her hard smashes, especially not when the lift has good length. So it's much more. She's much more dangerous when she's playing like this. You can also see that she just gets eye contact with her coach. That they are both happy about this, the way she played that rally.
Service over. 7-9.
It's that angle created with the advantage of having the left-hander in the team.
Yeah, exactly. And the first push that she's pushing cross court. This one, she can only do that because she's playing with a right-hander, because she needs her partner to cover the opposite side at the net. But this is a beautiful touch.
Yes, on court. Mopping finish.
Hi, come on.
10-7.
Come on.
So
11-7
interval. It's the Australian pairing of Somerville and Mapasa who lead 11-7.
Seven, play. Service over. 8-11.
Lots of instructions from the Singapore coaches in the interval. Seems like to get busy.
Fault. Service over. 12.
Yeah, and I think they wanted the pair to, when in defense, that they liked that they were moving the Australians from side to side, but then they also told them to block to the net, which I think is a good idea, because they're very good at rotating in the backcourt, but that obviously leaves at least one corner open in the net, and they encourage them to try to look for those gaps. Now we can see Singapore girls here have adapted to, they know that Mapasa likes to go cross-court from her forehand.
Service over.
And it's just
12.
waiting for it, and then they can kill it.
It's just out.
Service over. 13-9.
Again, Mapasa is giving a little bit too much speed in the offense, but then she's making a very clever move here, covering the drop shot in the center, and then forces Wong to hit it too wide. Or it maybe surprises her that she's there.
10-13. Eleven, 13.
It's the net, but with plenty of power, and the shuttle comes over.
Fault.
And very good energy from the from Yong and Wong here.
30.
Trying to fight back in the match that they seemed a little bit out of.
I think that's the message that came through from the coach. I think, you know, judging by what he was saying, he said, come on, let's have some energy, let's see some movement on court.
Yeah, you could be right, Alan.
13 all.
At least they're doing a lot better.
It's 13 all.
Service over. 14-13.
And that's a pity for Wong, because it was a good shot selection. There was a gap there.
Well judged. Setyana Mapasa.
15-13.
Yeah, well left here. Again, she's using the soft attacking shots instead of the smash, and that keeps her out of trouble.
Well, not only are the Australians here in blue just producing their own winners, there are mistakes coming from the Singapore girls as well, which is not helping the cause. Out.
No, and when the Australian pair is playing at their top level, like they did in this rally, then the movement, the speed of Somerville, and the placement, the quality and difference in shots from Mapasa is just more than they can cope with. Again, a nice choice here. She's done a couple of drop shots in offense, and then she's varying with the clear. Very good control.
18-13.
Out. They look as if they're having fun too, don't they? They gel well, they're understanding around the court.
18.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they have agreed to do this next time, cover the cross court, and she is in a good position, Somerville, but just mishits it slightly.
19-14.
Ooh. Again, a good choice of clear from Mapasa as a variation, but
15,
just slightly
19.
wide.
Played a lot of good badminton in this match.
Service over.
And
20, match point 50.
It's match point for the Australians.
Fault. Game.
So Australia end the tie with a win in the women's doubles. 21-11, 21-15. And it was just a very convincing performance by Gronya Somerville and Setyana Mapasa. This is
match won by Australia.
Match point.
21-11, 21-15.
So they did win the women's doubles, but from the Australian point of view, they lost the tie 4-1. Good to watch, these two. They look as if they've got a good future together as women's doubles as a team. Final score, 21-11, 21-15. So that's the result of this tie between Singapore and Australia in Group 2B. The mixed doubles going to the Singaporeans of Terry He and Tan Wei Han. The men's singles going the way of the Singaporean 19-year-old Ryan Ng over Ashwant Gobinathan. 21-16, 21-14. The men's doubles then going the way of Singapore. Danny Chrisnanta and Terry He on for the second time against Matthew Chau and Sawan Serasinghe. Women's singles, Yo Jia Min against Wendy Chen. Very fine performance that from the 18-year-old. And then something at the end there for Australia, with Setyana Mapasa and Gronya Somerville winning the women's doubles against Ren-Ne and Wong, Jia, Ying, Crystal. So 4-1, the final tally. That's it from the Gold Coast Sports and Leisure Complex. And of course tonight we have Korea against Taipei in the first of the quarterfinals. Goodbye for now.